for our 9:30 briefing update for Central North Carolina. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Chrissy Anderson. I'm here with the National Weather Service in Raleigh. This is the latest update for the winter storm Friday. Winter storm warning is now in effect from today at 4 p.m. through 10 a.m. Sunday. And we have updated snowfall amounts a little bit, and there are still areas of significant snowfall possible, especially across the eastern state. And then new with this update is a cold weather advisory is in effect from 1 a.m. tonight through 1 a.m. Sunday. And then a extreme cold watch is in effect from 1 a.m. Sunday through 10 a.m. Sunday. So we'll get into that. So as you guys all know, the winter storm warning was updated from the watch, and we're expecting heavy snow with total accumulations anywhere between 4 and 8 inches, with localized area of significant snow still possible. This is the cold weather advisory late Friday tonight through Saturday, with very cold wind chills ranging from around 0 to 9 degrees. So it's going to be very chilly tonight into Saturday morning. Another thing that we have is an extreme cold watch for Saturday night through Sunday morning, and this is for those dangerously cold wind chills expected around 5 to 7 degrees below zero possible across all of North Carolina, as well as we're going to see that frostbite, really windy conditions. So that's why we have those dangerously cold temperatures and extreme cold watch. So here are the main points. We're still expecting, snowfall accumulations from 4 to 8 inches expected across much of North Carolina, central North Carolina, and there could be those localized areas of significant snow amounts still possible. So again, the favored locations for that significant totals is still around and east of the I-95 corridor, but as far west as the Triangle. Again, this timing for the snowfall is tonight through early Sunday morning. Travel hazards are expected to be moderate to major impacts, again, across all central North Carolina, starting tonight through possibly early next week. We're going to have strong gusty winds of 25 to 35, possibly up to 40, which will reduce visibilities with those light fluffy snow, so that it's going to be blowing and drifting snow. And stronger winds are expected across along I-95 and east, where that low pressure system is. The strong gusty winds will mainly be Saturday and Sunday morning. This could, affect power outages. Scattered power outages from fallen trees may occur. That snow shouldn't be too heavy, but the wind is going to be our main concern with fallen trees. And then again, the cold, we're expecting a prolonged period of dangerously cold temperatures starting tonight, with single to below zero wind chills at times tonight and tomorrow. The lowest wind chills will be Saturday night into Sunday morning, when that wind and snow are occurring. And then after the event is over, we all know black ice will be a concern for several nights in the early mornings across all central North Carolina. Here is our updated 3-day snowfall accumulation map, Friday through Monday morning. The event, especially across the eastern portions of North Carolina, there could be some snow still falling past Monday morning. So we'll see. The snowfall accumulations, generally 3 to 8 inches, are expected across much of central North Carolina, with localized significant snow amounts up to 10 inches possible in areas where, that snow band develops across where that low is off the coast, and that snow banding could develop anywhere, the Triangle eastward. You could see those higher totals with 8 to 12 inches across the eastern portion of North Carolina, with widespread amounts of 6 to 8 inches. Here is another just detailed map of the central North Carolina area. Most locations, again, 4 to 8 inches, but areas could expect 10 plus inches. Isolated areas could expect 10 plus inches, again, where that banding will take place, where that heavy snow is possible. You could see down along the south I-95 corridor and east. So here is our event total with range of possibilities. So on the left is the bare minimum amount, the lowest possible amounts we could see. We have, 1 inch in the north all the way down to 3 inches in the south. Again, this is the low end amount. Bare minimum amount should get at least this much. And then we have the high end amount. You can see, as we talk about those places with the banding, anywhere up to 14, 15 inches possible. Again, high end amount, we should get no more than this, but these are more reasonable with those banding, with that banding heavy snowfall taking place across the southeastern portions of the area. The main story we've been trying to hit, besides the snowfall amounts, is the wind. We're gonna have gusty winds from the north, both Saturday and Sunday, generally from 25 to 35, more in the east near 40 miles an hour, along and east of the I-95 corridor. These gusty winds could reduce visibility in the snow with blowing snow, drifting snow, and that could result in reduced visibilities down to quarter mile. Here is the probability for exceeding snowfall, snow thresholds. So on the left, we have the percent chance of 1 inch of snowfall or more. This brings us back to the at least, the bare minimum amount. You see at least everywhere with the 100% will get 1 inch. You see we're still in the 90s all around there. So you do see that 1 inch going back to the bare minimum, at least an inch. So at least an inch for everywhere. This is the probability for 2 inches or more. Still you see higher 90% tiles to 100 in the far southeast along that southeast corridor, and then still pretty high in the northwest Piedmont, north of the triangle, 80% chance of. So now we get to the 4% probability, down in the 70s for much of the area, still in the mid to upper 80 percentiles for the southeast, where we're expecting those higher amounts of snowfall with the banding. And then we have to add this, but there is some chance for, like we said, areas of 8 inches or more of snowfall. So you see those kind of isolated areas in the darker blue with a 50% more chance or more of 8 inches. Again, it's pretty far out. We don't know where the banding will set up. We're pretty certain it will be, along and east of the eastern half of the state, but could set up pretty far inland. Here, and with the third headline, we have the temperatures. So maximum temperatures today in the low 30s to the north, and maybe low to mid 40s across the south. And then tonight's temperatures will drop very quickly into the mid and upper teens if you're closer to the coast, in the low 20s. And then this is not a, this bottom left is not a low temperature. This is a high temperature for tomorrow, for Saturday, during that snowfall. So we are going to see high temperatures barely get into the 20s in much of central North Carolina. If you're in the south and east, you will be in the mid 20s, mid upper 20s. But while that snow is falling, the whole column of air is going to be cold all the way from the upper atmosphere to the surface, which is why we're getting snow. We're 100% chance of snow versus in our area versus the last weekend's freezing rain, sleet mixture. So that whole column of air in this central North Carolina area is cold. So then Saturday night, minimum temperatures will be in the low to mid teens, and it's going to stay cold. So if we have that higher total snowpack, maximum temperature Sunday will be in the top left. I don't think we'll get into the 30-degree range. We might be stuck in the 20s with Sunday's maximum temperatures. And then Sunday night minimum temperatures, you can see they are pushing single digits in our area. but we are going to be in the low 10 to 12, 13 degree temperature. Again, if that snowpack is higher, we could see these a little bit lower. Monday, temperatures, same story. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 30s, but if that snowpack is high, we will probably see low to mid 30s across the area, and the temperatures continue to be cold overnight with low mid to upper teens. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we have temperatures in the 40s. The sun might help us get into the low 40s, but that snow is really dependent on the temperatures at the surface. We do moderate a little bit. Still, temperatures are generally below freezing. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, possibly. And that is why we have that dangerous wind chill expected. Gusty winds, again, extreme cold watch has been issued for the entire area Saturday night through Sunday morning. With those winds, again, those winds Saturday night, Sunday morning are going to be 25 to 35. Generally, you could see as you go along and east of I-95, winds up to 40 miles an hour, gusty winds up to 40 miles an hour, and you'll see those wind chills and cold temperatures show it. So it's gonna be very, very cold Saturday night, Sunday morning. Here is our timeline of weather and impacts. As you can see, there's one extreme impact for hazardous travel Saturday night into Sunday morning. Those banding, especially where those windy gusts, banding of heavy snow are possible. Visibilities will be low, and then you can see Saturday is going to be a high impact for travel, as well as portions of the day Sunday with any lingering snow drifts and so on. And then the snowfall late Friday night, early Saturday, and Saturday evening, Saturday overnight, and clearing out on Sunday. Otherwise, our fallen trees and power outages will mainly occur when those winds pick up Saturday night into the overnight hours and early Sunday as that low shifts offshore and that front moves through Sunday, and then lingering into Sunday night. And then those cold wind chills, again, overnight Saturday into Sunday morning, high impact. Here is our summary, key messages. Again, winter storm warning has been issued for all of central North Carolina for 4 p.m. today through 10 a.m. Sunday at least. And then a cold weather advisory is 1 a.m. Tonight. I should say tonight through 1 a.m. Sunday. And then the extreme cold watch is 1 a.m. Sunday through 10 a.m. Sunday, so late Saturday night through Sunday morning. And then want to hit this again, widespread snowfall amounts of 4 to 8 inches are expected. The snowfall will not be uniform across central North Carolina. There's a potential for narrow bands of heavy snowfall to develop somewhere across central North Carolina, possibly leading to significant snowfall rates and amounts much higher than the general forecast. Snowfall forecast. So we will see places with far less snow than the forecast, as well as much more snow. So there could be that, general, like I said earlier, some places could see 1 to 2 inches versus 8 to 10 inches. So there are going to be those bands where you're going to see fine lines. Then, unlike last weekend's storm, this will be a very windy storm system. As the low develops off the coast with gusts of 25 to 35, sometimes even 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts, resulting in scattered down trees and power outages. And then, of course, I hit it many times, the period of well below normal temperatures will accompany tonight through early next week, and wind chills Saturday night through Sunday morning will occur with sub-zero temperatures, some sub-zero wind chills likely. That is all I have for you today. Thank you for listening.